Good morning to the Cheshire Cat of Gibraltar. What's going on? This is ridiculous.
A good day, yeah.
Oh, come on,
a good Guineas winner as well. I felt it was with about 3 or 4 furlongs to go. I felt, is he behind a wall of horses? And then I think as Sheen took him to the outside, and then he got a bit of trouble in running. I think if he'd not gone to the outside, I think if he'd have stayed where the gaps appeared, and I think he'd have won quite comfortably. I think he was by far the best horse in the race. Pinatubo ran well, but we just thought, I remember seeing it going down to the start, and it was dwarfed by a couple of the O'Brien horses, and you just think, it was a precocious 2-year-old. It's probably still a very good horse. It's just that the others do seem to have caught it up. And again, that Grade 1 race at the end of the season at Doncaster, which for years, which of course was transferred to Newcastle, for years was considered the premier Derby trial for 2-year-olds, is now, it's won, the winner of that race has now come on and won 3 years in a row, has won the Guineas. I think it's a top class horse. Whether he'll get the Derby trip, I don't know. He looks a roaring lion to me. He looks about a 10 furlong horse, and it will be interesting to see where they go next with the winner. And also Pinatubo, we know, is going to the St James's Palace Stakes at Royal Ascot. That's of course now only in about 12 or 13 days time.
It's Kameko we're talking about, who won the Guineas, and I read this morning Oisin Murphy, the jockey, said about 4 out, as you were saying there. He didn't idle. He just sort of, I don't know what the term is, went a little bit quiet, and then he said he won, and he wouldn't have blown out a candle. He was that impressive.
He was
But in terms of, people have been doing handstands, never mind the horses, with your ability for winners, which is just as ridiculous, because we had Far Above yesterday, had English King the other day. I think it's 4 out of 5, but Kameko returned 10-1. What about today? It's the fillies, isn't it? It's the 1,000 guineas today.
It is. It's not as good a race, I don't think. It's certainly not a race I've. If I would have in the winter, if I was going to have a bet, it would be on a horse called Powerful Breeze, who's a non-runner from the Hugo Palmer stable. I would suggest we bear that in mind. Could I also point out as well, they had 8 millimetres of rain at Newmarket yesterday. The ground is now officially described as good, and there is further rain forecast. So that is obviously the most important thing in any horse race, is the ground, and that may have an effect. The stalls are also on the far side. They were stand side yesterday for the Colts race. They're going to be on the far side, so we don't. There's an imponderable about the effect of the draw as well. As it turned out, I think Kameko would have won anywhere he was drawn. He was drawn in 15 and 15 there yesterday, though. But they're on the far side. The ground is slower, officially good after 8 mils. Quadrilateral rather, is the one we've got to start with. Unbeaten. She did look beaten in the Fillies Mile last time, and it was a sort of gut. That was on good to soft ground, so the ground is going to be perfect for her. She's the market leader. She probably deserves to be favourite. I think Milil is of Jessica Harrington's a horse I'm really keen on, but I don't think she's a miler. I think she's going to be a Commonwealth Cup horse over maybe 6 furlongs. I know she finished like a train in Achievely Park last year, but I've just got a doubt as to her getting home, especially if it's sort of rain softened ground. Similarly with Love, I think that might need further. That's a beautiful looking horse of O'Brien's. And it's a 12-1 shot. Cloak of Spirits, horse who I was really impressed with first time out, has yet to encounter, if it does get even good to soft, all their forms on good or faster ground. But she finished 3rd in the Rockfell. You've got to remember, of course, that Kameko was beaten in his last time he was the only time he was at Newmarket. Last season, he was beaten in the Royal Lodge. Cloak of Spirits 3rd in the 7 furlongs in the Rockfell. I thought she looked as if she was ready for a step back up. One thing you would say, Hannon's Yard, they've only had one winner, mate, so far this week, which is, well, they've had a winner, but some of the horses haven't run as well as they expect. But Cloak of Spirits would be for me, but I've got stronger suggestions elsewhere today.
Okay, Okay, we'll say cloak of spirits each way, but it looks a tough race. The 1,000 guineas. They go at Haydock.
Yeah, they do, and that is where my main. I've backed Fanny Logan at 15-8. Sounds like something Terence Stamp should be, or your Far From Imagined Crowd sort of. I have backed Fanny Logan. I'm keen
She's
on
in
that.
the 5 past 2, the 2:05. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought 15-8 was too big a price. She has to carry a penalty, a £3 penalty. She was last seen. She didn't get the run of the race in Santa Anita in the Breeders' Cup Fillies, but I think she's a Group 1 horse. I think she'll make up into this. I think she won 4 times up to the Breeders' Cup. She's bomb-proof with the ground to the ground. I haven't looked on turf tracks, and turf tracks, there's no update from Haydock, but I would imagine the ground's going to be on the soft side of good there. It was officially good to soft yesterday. I don't think they're going to get the rain today. Maybe the east of the country is, but I don't know how much rain they've had overnight. But it was good to soft, but I'm quite keen on. I have backed Fanny Logan, and I've also backed Space Blues at, I think the John Quinn horse, Safe Voyage, will come in. The more rain, the better for that. But I'm a big fan of this Space Blues, who won the Jersey Stakes last year at Royal Ascot, 7 furlong specialist. And I think he'll take the beating. Sorry, Space Blues finished second. And Good Birthday as well, I think, of Andrew Balding. Balding did us a favour. That's at HQ in the 10 furlong handicap. That's a really hot, competitive race. But they are the three, for me, today. Fanny Logan, Good Birthday, and Space Blues.
Brilliant, Charlie. There's German football today. I watched a bit of Jaden after our chat.
And how was he? You'll forgive me. I was in the.
He had some amazing. He just little bits of quality without really taking over the game, which is, I think, your assessment. But yeah, I watched him, and I tell you what he did do yesterday, which I was so impressed with. That they lost the ball because Dortmund are like a basketball team, aren't they? They go forward and they go back,
yeah.
And he chased back into the left back position from virtually right wing to block across. And I thought, fair dues, mate. So that tiny little cameo just impressed me. But anyway, German football today, have you got anything, or are you looking?
I did have a look at what, I'm really sick that I didn't put up Mainz yesterday for you. I was keen on Mainz. I think they've not had much luck, and they got it yesterday. Is the Schalke game today, or is it Monday?
Schalke today.
Yeah.
Schalke today against Berlin.
Yeah, it's
Cologne.
Yeah, this is two of the worst teams imaginable. I don't know if you've seen much of the Schalke.
Yes, that's about 120 on the spin, haven't they, with poor David Wagner?
Oh, poor David Wagner. And they're playing a Berlin side, of course, who've got Davy Klaassen in the midfield, and God love him. He was appalling at Everton, but he's taken that. The great thing is he's been able to mirror that form in the Bundesliga. You get to the ball and you feel like it's old Mother Riley or something in midfield. One thing that has interested me in the Bundesliga, the teams like Paderborn and things like that, and Union Berlin, is how defensive they've been, and teams near the bottom. And I don't know. I think that Schalke game, I think, will be very, very bitty, and I put up under 2.5 goals in that as my main bet today. And this, as you say, Schalke, you would be surprised if a team as big as Schalke can have, what they're going through. They were abysmal, especially in the first half last weekend. And I'd be very, very surprised if David Wagner was still there in charge of such a massive club at the start of the next season. But that would be my bet, under 2.5 goals in that. But I've got more eye on the racing today. Again, another fabulous stage racing.
Charlie, brilliant. Thanks very much. Gamble aware, gamble responsibly. Charlie McCann on fire in Gibraltar. Charlie, we'll speak to you in the week. Thanks a lot, mate.
I look forward to it. Have a lovely Sunday as well, mate. And all of you.
Cheers, Charlie.
Thank you very much, mate. Bye.